All right. Welcome all to the Jerk Show. I am your host, the Jerk Mom, coming at you live from Tampa, Florida. I am walking and talking to you guys. Got dogs in the streets. I love it. Those cute dogs. What's up, everybody? I hope everybody's feeling good today. Um, I'm on my daily walk, trying to recover, recapture some of the energy I needed from before. Good morning. How you doing? The dogs are beautiful. Hey, Dark Admiral March. How are you, sir? Very large dogs. Oh my God. Look at those beasts. Holy crap. I almost died just now. I almost died. Hey, y'all almost died. Anyway, hey guys. On the road again, I said. But the truth is, a couple of things. I have a fan or a follower, supporter. Call you guys supporters. What do you think? I heard Doug say that. You guys fans or supporters? I think you guys are fans. Some of you are fans. Some of you are supporters. Hey, Serena, how are you? I like the idea of supporters. You support. You're founders. You lay the groundwork. You know what I'm saying? Just getting ready to head to the LCS. Oh, no kidding. Wait, is today Wednesday? Is today Comic Shop Day? I forgot all about that. That's right. It is Comic Shop Wednesday. All right. Happy Comic Shop Wednesday to everybody. New comic book day. Every week. Every week on a Wednesday. You can go to your local comic shop and pick up what's new if you're into that. Um, and if you do go, tell them the Jerkmonger say hi. And that I support you with all my heart. Dennis Peruch, what's going on, baby? So I got a fan or a supporter named Jeff. I'm gonna call him Jeff, just in case he doesn't want to be known. And if he is in the chat here today, he can comment if he'd like. But he sent me a couple of links, and I was so glad about that. One was fascinating. One's fascinating. One's severely entertaining. One is about the but the idea that they've managed to find some DNA genome stuff with Taino Indians from the Caribbean island parked on the highway. Traffic. No, my name is Jeff. Dark, is that you? Was that you? Was it you that sent me the links? I can't tell. I don't know who everybody's name is. Everybody's so incognito here. Anyway, the idea was that there's they're able to test. Now, my grandmother, my great grandmother actually, uh, is supposedly a Taino Indian, was Taino Indian. But, which means I have Native Indian blood, Native American blood in me. Funniest part in 21 Jump Street. No, not me, Elliot. All right. So anyway, fascinating video. Is making me want to go through and get my DNA tested to see, which of course is going to open up the door, I'm sure. But I was a soldier, so they already have my DNA. But I want to see what I am. What are some of the other parts of my tribal history, if you will. The second great video I got from this, did I just spit at myself? This great individual named Jeff was the cinematic trailer. Holy moly, the cinematic trailer to Diablo 4. Holy Gorgonzola. Oh my God, dude, I cannot wait for that game to come out. Problem is, I don't have time to play. It's not fair. But man, you guys gotta check it. It came from BlizzCon 2019. Diablo 4 looks amazing. I want to do a video about it, but I'm not quite sure what I can show in videos and what I can't. That's so tricky anymore, you know? I want to share it with the people. I want to share it with my people. But how do I do that without getting in trouble? This is probably what got me in trouble last time when I did the trailer. I think that's what happened. I think that's what put me in YouTube jail last time. Anyway, suffice it to say that, just checking traffic. Good morning, Fenrir. Suffice it to say that that trailer was unbelievable. What they can do now, I mean, they're getting so close now. So close. These artists with their CG stuff, it's getting so close to realism. Like genuine Like I thought I was looking at people acting for a split second. And I was like, oh man, this looks great. There's still a couple of things that don't quite work. Man, my legs are killing me right now. I did something wrong. Mr. Lizard, how you doing? I think I'm gonna slow this one down, guys. Oh, I'm feeling it in both my legs. Oh, not good, not good. Oh, that hurts. I need to get some magnesium in me. I thought I had it. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna make this a stroll today. I'm blowing out my legs here. This does not feel good. No injuries, no injuries, not allowed. Anyway, Diablo 4, man. So I've seen it a few times. What it is you got the story of these thieves that go in. Are you finally over being sick? No, not quite. I was coughing last night, as a matter of fact. There's like a, you ever have one of those like thin layers that's like phlegm in my somewhere, or mucus in my chest somewhere, and if I huff, like not cough, but if I huff, I can almost get it out, but it's not quite there. So it keeps popping up when I'm sleeping, choking me out at night. Don't like that. See, I don't have to cough it, but I feel it. So anyway, I'm getting over it, and my legs hurt right now. Ooh, on both sides now. Remember I was talking about the pain on my one leg? It's on the other leg now. So I'm just gonna stroll. Just gonna stroll. At least you're almost there. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. I'm feeling better though, like right now. Of course, I'm hopped up on cold brew coffee, so I'm a little bit over energized with that. But anyway, Diablo 4, man. So the trailer opens up with these thieves who are trying to raid a tomb or some sort, looking for gold. There's a guy with a cloth across his eye, like an eye patch. Ooh, man, you know it's hard when your legs hurt, and it's both legs that hurt, so you're limping with both legs. So I'm basically walking, but weird. Good morning, Andrew J. How you doing today, man? Welcome. I hurt my legs again, so I'm gonna have to walk this one out. I'm gonna keep walking, but I'm gonna stroll this one. Oh, that hurts. Anyway, the thieves are walking in. There's these 3 British guys, and then there's like, I thought it was gonna be Teriel, or is it Teriel? Or one of the angels from the last game. This black guy, he's got markings, like tattoo markings on his face. I thought he might be one of the angels, the main angel of the last game. But, which I don't think is Turiel. Is it Turiel? I think it is Turiel. Anyway, it's not. He's praying in a church. He said jibber jabbering. And then all of a sudden, the guy goes, we have to go. I'm British, or I'm Scottish or something. I gotta go. And he's dragging this dude, and they're trying to get through. And the guy's like, leave him. We can't make it. He goes, we need him. Keep going. And so they start to march into this thing. And these goblin guys are coming. Oh man, they're coming fast. They're like hounds of hell. And they're rocking and rolling. And they get into the door, and the guy figures out so it turns out the black guy he could read the text. He's a scholar, and he's not there for the gold. He's there for knowledge. He says, goblins. Was it Sir Michael Caine? the goblins is there. Anyway, I know. So he's like, yeah, man. And so he's reading, think it's the blood of the 3, whatever. And then he's like, wait a minute. He goes, what is it? He's bleeding himself. So he steps back and he steps over the threshold. And by the way, he's stepping on top of like this big, like those triangle shaped things with circles inside of it. Very, very satanic looking symbol on the floor. And he drips his blood on the floor. And then he activates something shifts under his feet. He's like, oh, this must be what it is, the blood of the 3. I need 2 of you. So the 2 other guys go. When the other guy's throwing flames, and they're hacking and slashing at these like zombie goblin guys. And then the one guy slams his hand on top of this like spike, and it bleeds into the thing. The other guy slams his hand. And it opens the door. So they make their way in, and the poor guys, the scholar's like, we have to wait for him. And the guy goes, no, it's too late for him. He's already dead. Like, oh my God, it's so messed up. So the guys walk in, the guy cuts the chain, and the big stone door drops, boom, right on top of some zombie goblin guys. And he's like, oh, it's a shame he didn't make it, the guy says. Oh well, it's easier to share, what's it, to split gold amongst three instead of four. I'm like, oh, this guy's dirty. This guy's dirty. So they throw him into this thing. Quick, here, read some more of these stones. And he's trying to get him to read the stones. And he's like, I, I just came to help. I just wanted to have knowledge. And then the guy goes, I didn't think the guy had the same accent before. Now looking back, I think was British also. Anyway, next, the guy looks at the stone and he goes, hey, this isn't, this isn't, this is an incantation or something like that. Or what I forgot what he said. Like basically, good morning, Escal. He says, this is a summoning or something like that. He goes, we can't read this. I can't continue. Read it. We need the gold. Where's the gold? And the one guy's like, the big bully guy's like, hey, read it now, whatever. And the guy behind him gets snatched up. And then the guy goes, huh? And the man, and the eyes, I gotta show you guys this scene later. The eyes on this character, on this video, on this trailer, this animation, looks so good. It looks so good because he winces over, his eyebrow shifts. It's like he's really looking, and it looked really realistic. Dude, man, my legs hurt. I'm gonna have to go back home, man. I can't take this. Thought I could make it. I don't know why. Both outside of both my legs hurt. Anyway, Eric Hawkins, good morning, my friend. Good to see you, brother. So what happens next? The other guy, he feels blood, spots on his face, and then he gets snatched up. And he looks up and he sees his buddy turned upside down, which is already freaky. All right, so here's the thing. It's well known in horror circles. I don't know if this is true. I was making this up. If you get hung upside down, things are bad. Things are real bad. There really is something about the CGI scenes and game scenes of the Diablo series. They really know how to tell a story over other AAA games, in my opinion. If you've seen Diablo 4, a little tear came from my eyes. Now, I'm a mark for Diablo, and I was one of the people that held on. I was explaining to my son Diablo, because my son, Diablo 3 came out 5-6 years ago, maybe longer than that. And he was much younger then, and he didn't quite get it. Oh, look at Eric Hawkins and Dennis Peruch connecting. Wonder Twin Powers activate. So I'm trying to explain to him that the Diablo series started out as a very dark story. Oh, Dark Admiral says, being hung upside down should be a bad sign at any point. I know. And the thing is, he's like, and he's getting like pinned up against these pillars because they're standing in between these three pillars. And then the other guy gets snatched up, bah! And he's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Guy freaks out. Oh, because the guy that they left behind, he comes back. And the guy slices at him and breaks his jaw. But he comes back up and goes like, ugh. And he's like creepy. Hey, Warren JB says, sitting at home off work with this bleeding cold. Oh, sorry, dude. So sorry. Anyway. Oh, man, these legs hurt. I'm going back this way. I'm not going to go all the way around. Hurts too much. So anyway. Oh, so now the zombie's there. And then he morphs into this, like, he looks like one of the guys from Star Wars. Like one of the latest, like Darth Revan or something like that. Except he's got a full face. He's got white, pale skin, some kind of weird stone in his head or something like that. And it's got this weird, another thing is, if a guy's pale and then has dark nail polish with long claw nails, something's going on. So it's got this weird hood with leather, segmented leather, which I thought was killer. Great design. So I'm like, oh man. And he says, the guy goes, the guy says something like, what is this? And he says, this is a gate. A gate to where? A gate to where? Reveals he becomes that guy. And he talks to the guy and says, you didn't come here to steal. You came here for knowledge. And the guy's like, knowledge, yeah, don't hurt me. And he's praying. The guy says, blah, blah, blah. And And he goes, I need you to, he goes, the secrets will be revealed. So some kind of creepy stuff. Someone, Elliot met at the grocery store. No, Warren JB. I'm telling the trailer story for Diablo 4. It looks so good, man. So the guy, he goes, finish repeating the thing. So we should worry about Matt Weldon. He's pale and has nail polish. He may be the harbinger of death. So the guy says something. The guy says something else. He starts to repeat, and the next thing you know, the guy, the scholar guy, turns upside down. And what happens is their guts spill, and blood starts to pull out of each of them and connect like strands of blood, and they make this big web in the shape of the satanic pattern on the floor, made out of blood and veins. It is so gross, but perfect. It was so good. And then all of a sudden, the guy says, "Come." No, the black guy says, the scholar. He goes, "Hail, the creator of Sanctuary." And I'm like, "What? The creator of Sanctuary?" If you guys don't know, Sanctuary is this town uh, in the beginning of the games. The stop sign as your thumbnail is incongruous with your walking action. That's true. Thank you, Lightning Fan. I thought about that. Well, here's why. I was going to take a picture of some people get weird when you take pictures of their house. There was a sign that says no parking. I almost took a picture of that. And then I thought, because that's more, congruous or whatever with my action. But suffice it to say, I didn't want to get chewed out by people in front of their house. So anyway, the big web of blood vein thing turns into this like big membrane, and this form starts to kind of like push through the membrane. Now it's hanging, it's like overhead, parallel to the ground, right? And the form comes through, breaking through the membrane, and you see this female, and the guy says, "Hail, Lilith." I said, Lilith. And I'm all like, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, it's Lilith, oh my God." Anyway, Lilith looks awesome. She's translucent, so she's got light behind her, and you can still see that she's like basically, she looks a little bit like a Hellraiser thing. And she's got some of the, no, Sanctuary is not the name of the planet. Sanctuary is that town. Or maybe you're right. Lightning Fan. Maybe you're right. I don't think so, though. Is it the name of their world? I thought it was a town called Sanctuary. Maybe you're right. Anyway, so Lilith comes down. She's got giant horns coming out the back of her head, like crazy, like the Bride of Frankenstein looking thing. She's naked, and she's got you can see her muscle and sinew, and she's all red, and she's got black eyes with blue rimmed pupils or irises, and she looks down at the guy, and he says, "Mother of whatever." And I'm like, oh man. And her cape is the skin, that membrane behind her, hanging from the pillars like something out of Clive Barker's movies. Let me tell you something. That is one of the few things I can say that to this day, the thought of the Clive Barker, I'm so glad that Clive Barker movies are, the Hellraiser stories are cheesy. Because if that went any more real, if it went any more realistic, I'll poop my pants. Like, whenever I see is it Chitterbox or Chatterbox, the Cenobites, that stuff's just freaky. That's just freaky stuff, all right? I'm just telling you guys right now, I can't handle that stuff. Hooks and stuff, it's disgusting. And the point I'm making is this. See, it's weird. As I continue walking, I'm working out that pain in my leg. Anyway, it's not quite like that. So the little history on the Diablo series. My first encounter with Diablo was Diablo 2, and I used to play that all the time. I mean, I beat that game multiple times, and the thing is, it's great that you can always keep your character stats and weapons and stuff and keep playing. I never really had the guts to play the Nightmare mode, though. And when I first played this game, this is years ago, probably 20 years ago. That's how long I've been playing Diablo. I never played the first one, although I have it now, because I bought it on Steam. But the Diablo series in that format, it was something to behold. I remember playing it in dark, and the sound, the combination of the sound and the aesthetics, was just it was crippling. I couldn't believe it. I had to turn the sound, the music down, not the sound, the music, because it was such a great combination, and it really freaked me out. So I'm watching this trailer, and the whole game was dark. It was a very dark, gothic, dark game. It has a little bit of Dracula, a little bit of obviously Dungeons and Dragons, but it's mainly on the darker side of things. So it's what I love. When I was working on my Soul Diver idea, that's what that was about. Lightning Fast is ahoy, everyone drive to work right now. Yeah, playing Doom in the middle of the night used to get to me. Yeah, yeah. And the sound effects and everything. And I played that over and over again. I love that game. And I was telling my son about it because he only knows the Diablo 3 game. And I said, well, I said, what you don't know is that that game was super bright. Lightning Fast, my husband and I just played Diablo 3 together. Great storyline. Yeah, it's a great storyline. But it's a brighter game. It's more colorful. It's brighter, a little more cheery, even though it's a dark game. As a matter of fact, if you play that game, but you get the expansion, which was the Angel of Death or whatever it's called, that version of the game, that extra expanded part, was a lot more like the original Diablo, but it was still a little too bright. And I think they did that because the fans were kind of annoyed. And the fans have been annoyed since. Um, it turns out that the criticism for that story, for that game, was that again, Blizzard being I'm a big fan of Blizzard. I've played Diablo is my favorite, one of my favorite favorite games of all time, and then along with Tomb Raider, and then I also love StarCraft. I also played Warcraft too, also on PlayStation, the original PlayStation, and that got me into those kind of games where you, like StarCraft, Warcraft, where you had to like mine things, and I love that kind of stuff. And you have to build up resources, and then you launch attacks. I used to also play, what is it called? Um, is it Code Red or something Red Retaliation or something like that? Nice. StarCraft is legit. Says Unchained Spirit. Right on. Welcome, Unchained Spirit. I don't think I've ever seen you in my chat. Thanks for coming. Um, anyway, I love that stuff. My favorite character was the Ghost. I love the idea that you can send the Ghost, and then you can like laser point something and then drop a nuke. That was awesome. There's that freaky bird again. Do you like Age of Empire games? I don't know that I like those as much. I do, and I don't. They're not as exciting to me. Um, I do like them, but this is what I mean. Like when I discovered Diablo, that's when everything took a turn because it appealed to my enjoyment and interest and fascination with the Dungeons and Dragons concepts. Uh, Serenus is a bit late to comment, but I highly recommend tracing ancestry through DNA. It's amazing what you can discover about yourself. Right on. Sounds like P. P. Pterodactyl. um, Lightning Fast is a funny story related to that. My best friend was a horror movie fanatic, and I was scared of horror movies. She said, "Let's watch the 30th anniversary special editions of the Exorcises together." You mean The Exorcist, right? I'm assuming. Yeah, I just watched Exorcist recently. Didn't find it as scary. Didn't find it as scary as people had said it would be. I understand why it was scary at the time. Still good. It's a fantastic movie is what I discovered. It's not really, and that's what I'm discovering mostly about great horror movies or great horror stories, is they're not always horror. They're some kind of story about redemption or love or something more human that has that monster twist. Very interesting. Anyway, back to Diablo. So Diablo, I guess, I guess Blizzard had so much success with Warcraft Online and all these other games, and then Overwatch, games like that. I like the psychological mixes in horror. Yeah, 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 yeah. They tried to make Diablo 3 a little brighter, which I thought was a mistake because games like Overwatch, super bright. Warcraft, already bright. They got even cartoony. And I was afraid of that. I hoped. Now the early visuals on Diablo 3 were great. American Werewolf still freaks me out. It's the eyes. American Werewolf is a classic also. Classics are their own thing, you know. Age of Empires for the win, says Lightning Fan. Yeah, I can't play that. That's just, yeah, it's okay. It's strategic. It's strategic, but I like the immersive nature of Diablo, and that's what kind of inspired my Soul Diver, and which is unfortunate. Now there's I think someone has a comic out called something like that. Oh well, but I still love that idea. It's the idea of Battle Chasers meets meets Hellraiser. I mean, there's a point in Diablo 2. I was telling my son today, when you get into one of the levels you finally make it to is this level called Pandemonium. It's the citadel, it's the castle. It's like the last remaining stronghold in hell that the angels have to fight back the hordes. So good. I like what they did with Diablo 3 on console. They really fine-tuned the controls. Now I won't have to buy a PC for Diablo 4. So is Diablo 4 going to be on console? That's the question. My first game was Pong. I'm so old, says Lightning Fan. Yeah, I had those games too. Anyway, yeah, man. And I remember my imagination just went tilt. Like, what? What is going on here? There's monsters and they're in hell, and you're out in that game. When I was playing Diablo 2, I always enjoyed playing the barbarian, but I also played as the paladin. And I loved fighting through hell as a paladin. The idea of a holy knight. I'm sure D4 will eventually come to console after a couple of years. Man, I want it to come out first, but we'll see. We will see. Yeah. So man, fighting those guys. Oh, that's what gets my imagination like bent out of shape. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love monsters. I love creatures. I love dungeons. That and my love affair with dungeons came from a series called Ultima. Do you guys remember Ultima? It was a game called Ultima Online, I think. And that was a great game. Oh man, that was my first experience with a dungeon crawling game. I love dungeon crawlers. I love grabbing loot. I love getting cool mythological armor and weapons. I love all that stuff. It's what I loved about Skyrim. I still love Skyrim to this day. I was telling him I still play. I still haven't completed all the quests in Skyrim. I don't get to play months and months. I mean, I play Skyrim like once a year, around this time of year on the holidays. That's when I first got it, and it's become like a tradition for me, Christmas tradition. Fenrir says, your Frankenstein painting was amazing. Did you sell it? I did. I did it. I auctioned it off. Someone bought it from me. CC purchased it. I'm working on the werewolf a little bit, but I have to keep working on Doomkicker, so I have to put it down for a while. But good morning again. So yeah. I loved Ultima 7, the Black Gate. Oh, see, Sarina, you're singing my song, girl. You're singing my song, baby. You're singing my song. Hey, all that stuff was cool, man. Ultima Online was the grandfather to a lot of what we see in today's online games. Yeah. Oh, Lightning Fan says Pandemonium was crazy. Oh, yeah, man. I love that. I love that stuff, man. When you raise the stakes, man. But like Diablo 3 though had some great moments when you go into a fight in heaven. I mean, that stuff was fantastic. It was a little weird to kind of go back to the to that town, but I'm glad they added it in the expansion because I felt like this is in Diablo 3. I felt like it ended, but I needed some more. It was a great little extra to add to it, and it tasted more like Diablo 2. So I'm excited because Diablo 4 is being sold as like Diablo 2, like reborn, which is exciting. So I'm going to be doing some videos on the Diablo series. Best. I don't know how to do. I'm not as entertaining. Like I love these guys that do like readings of SCP and or creepypasta. I like that kind of stuff. Lightning Fan says I always play a paladin in any game I play. Oh no, I like barbarian. Barbarian. I always feel like I'm a big Conan fan. So, and by big I mean I'm chubby. Diablo. Peter, Sharon, how you doing? I played at Paladin on EverQuest for 8 years. Never played EverQuest. Good morning, chat, says Peter. Yo, yo, yo. But yeah, man, it's like, oh, I really enjoy being teleported to that other world. Now, along with Sword and Sorcery and Dungeons and Dragons and dark fantasy, I also really love fairy tale and I love mythology. So that's why I think at the end of the day, you're going to see a lot more of that kind of stuff coming from me. We'll see. Kathy Stark says, these games aren't my thing, but listening to you tell the story, Elliot, I may have to check them out. There's a lot of, you know what you could do since we're on YouTube? If you're interested in anything like that, you could just watch people play them. I can't play a lot of these games anymore. There's another great game that I have it was from Capcom called Dragon's Dogma. And that is a fantastic game. But I'm so bad at games. I can't play these things. I die so fast. That's why I never played Dark Souls. Always interested in Dark Souls. So I watched this guy named another YouTube channel called the Rad Brad. He's playing some of my favorite games, like Lovecraft games, and then also something Cowboy. I forget his name. He does a great job playing games too. And those guys played all the Dark Souls I ever need to play. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. And also Bloodborne. Bloodborne's another fantastic game. Another fantastic story, ideas. Now, Bloodborne is deep. Bloodborne is deep. That's a whole other level of fantasy that I love. Uh, Definitely cosmic horror. Definitely inspired by Lovecraft. And if it's, oh, come on, speech to text recognized exactly how to spell EverQuest, but couldn't understand me when I said The Exorcist. Keith Perkins, how you doing today? Good morning. Warren JB says, I never played any of these either. Diablo 1's overall mood, music, and scenery was the best representation of what a literal horror game should be, in my opinion. I still haven't played 1 altogether. I even had the music to these games, the soundtracks. Manfred, good morning. Jerk Walker, I miss all the free time I had when I was younger to play video games. Yep, I don't have that time. That's why I'll play them on. I'll play I'll play a video on YouTube of someone playing these games, and I'll listen to the game or I'll take a glance. It's like, for me, it's better than watching movies because they're long term, they're long games, and you can just watch hours of video of them playing it. StarCraft and Ultima Online are things that happen to other people. Dogma is fun, says Fenrir. If you have a Switch, Dark Arisen was ported to it a couple months ago. Oh, I don't have a Switch, but that's the game I have, Dark Arisen. I started with pinball and pool. It's funny you say that, because when I was at Spooky Empire, I was right across from this guy who he was one of the owners of a company called Gentle Giant. Was a t-shirt company. They did other things. So weird, because a lot of small world there for me, my industry. But anyway, my old life as a t-shirt designer. But he is wealthy, and he has a collection of pinball machines. He sells old games and cabinets. Oh man, he has a cabinet. It was a Miss Pac-Man cabinet, but he had on there was 30 games, including all the famous like Donkey Kong Jr. I love that stuff. If I could afford it, I would have that. But he also had pinball machines, and I love pinball. I actually have that is it Zen Ball or Zen Pinball on my devices. I love that. I love playing pinball. I love it. I don't know why. It's just the right kind of I didn't get it when I was a kid, and I get it now that I'm older. Anyway, so those are some games. If you want to check out just look it up on YouTube. Research, games like Dragon's Dogma, Diablo, any of the Diablos, Skyrim. That's what that's Elliot Fernandez jerkmonger in a nutshell. To be honest, as Warren JB, I like listening to the occasional cover of video game music on YouTube of stuff I used to play. especially metal covers. Yeah. Lightning Fast is dipping out for a few to go to the office. Be back in a bit. Oh well, I might not be here when you get back. It's 35 minutes already. Appreciate you guys. I wasn't walking hard today. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of a quitter today, but my legs were giving me trouble. Xcal says definitely need to check. Yeah, if you, they're scary. That if you, it's not scary, but if they're definitely moody, and definitely will put you in the mood to for scary stuff. If you play it yourself, it's a lot scarier. There's another great game. I found this on Steam and it was on sale. I think I bought it for like $5 on the sale. Very interesting game. Those of you who are interested in this, or you can look it up on YouTube because someone has played the tar out of it and it's scary on YouTube. It's called Darkwood. Darkwood. Give it a look. Give it a spin. Just watch it and listen to the sound effects. It's a Lovecraftian story. Theo, oh, how you doing, brother? I'm good. And Belly Andre, I'm good, man. How you doing, man? Check out Darkwood. That is some good horror game right there. It's really fun. Yeah. So anyway, I hope that this was fun for you guys. Ultima Online was like a premium version of RuneScape. LOL. You have to admit they're similar. RuneScape looks like a pre-beta stage compared to Ultima. I never played RuneScape. I think Ultima was my first real experience in dungeon crawling. That was my first experience. I love that stuff, man. When I was a kid, I think I've told you guys before, probably one of the most important and one of my favorite cartoons of all time was Dungeons and Dragons. The idea of fighting through dungeons, and that was a colorful cartoon, and it often wasn't as fun. Tonight's Drawn and Quartered is that, right? Dungeons and Dragons? Huh. What is Dungeons and Dragons? What is he talking about? I gotta figure that out. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys so much. Have a great night. We will talk some great stuff soon. God bless you all. Pray for me. Help so I can keep moving and doing the right things, and I can stay plugging away at the book. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Praying for all you guys that we'll make it all through. Y'all be good. Talk later. Bye.